Осел.
That little hideaway that we found in the cloister, it almost felt like I'd found a piece of my childhood. A childhood I don't truly remember. But remember it or not, I felt right at home there. Surrounded by books and night orchids. Maybe. Or maybe I already liked night orchids and I chose that place because of them. The particulars of childhood can grow hazy even if your memories haven't been tampered with. But I felt safe there. I know that much. Well, can you imagine what it would have been like growing up in that place? Endless training, no privacy, facing scorn wherever I looked. I can very easily imagine I needed somewhere to escape to, if I was to survive. Nocturne and I must have come here a lot. We probably had plenty we wanted to hide from. Anyway, I think that little hideaway helped shape who I am, as much as any sermon or training did. Funny the things that influence you. Fine. What's on your mind? Most are lost forever. Some may creep back into my mind if I encounter anything that helps clear the fog. Then there's what Shah did restore to me. Memories of pain, suffering. Both my own and what I inflicted. It's overwhelming. Like a lifetime's worth of nightmares unleashed all at once upon waking. I can barely untangle one moment from another, not that I even want to. I just know that my heart sinks if I let my thoughts wander to them. Shah seeks to break people. To fill their lives with despair so that they will turn to her for relief. Perhaps she thought this would lead me back to her in time. But it won't. I fought too hard to win my freedom. I will not give it up again, no matter how much it hurts. Perhaps. But in the meanwhile, I'll just have to find a way to live with them. Of course. From the first time I laid eyes on you right until now. That's all safe. I wouldn't surrender even a moment of it.
If you're sure. Fine. I'll be here whenever you rediscover your taste in company.
Ever will Shar try to twist bonds of love into chains of service. Shadowheart did not let her. I cannot presume to know her parents, or what they suffered. But I know that they were proud, in the end. As you wish.
A cruel task fell to Shadowheart. But she did as her parents wished. She has my eternal respect. And I hope she soon finds peace.
Shadowheart's memories will be a heavy load for her to carry. But her suffering is over, and so is her parents. I hope she finds comfort in that.
It is no small thing to slay one's life-bringers. Shadowheart did what was right, not what was easy.
What Shadowheart did for her parents was a profound act of love. Her courage is... well, it's quite something to behold.
You're so adorable when you're thinking what to say.
All the coin seems to be there, if a little blood-stained. You lot are enthusiastic about your lord's work.
Our Lady. We serve only the absolute.
Oh, silly me. We Zentarim are so long past our own godly roots, I'm afraid I forget the half of them. But you, I know. When did you start worshipping gods? Did they give your wee rodent a worm friend too?
Rodent?
Enough! You will show the Stone Lord proper respect. And you will return to the Guildhall and do as we have paid you to.
Of course. I only thought...
Wait.
And suddenly, another presence looms in your mind. Another tadpole.
Some sneak thief lurks nearby. The same one I sensed in the counting house. I can taste your thoughts, coward! Come out, so I may spill them on the ground! Flop all you wish, little fish. But Minsk has caught you!
On that note, good luck. The job will be done by the time you get to the Guildhall.
This next spell should be interesting. Against the darkness swarming his senses, a single light glows. Rage, flaring brighter every moment.
Killed her. Get rid of him. Don't be foolish. He is too unpredictable. He will only be a hindrance to us. Fine. Have it your way.
His mind unfolds beneath yours. A still lake pulls you down into its depths. Images flash by, battles fought, and friends fallen. His rage grows colder, burrows deeper, as a familiar face crystallizes before you.
Jaheira, you killed her!
The instant's hesitation is enough. With a sensation of terrible rending, something vast and nameless falls away from his mind.
There. It is done.
In the sudden silence, your minds merge once more. More memories, sensations, but passing too quickly for you to track. In the same breath, you share everything that happened to you. The Nautiloid, the Absolute, the chosen of the dead three.
You saved Minsk. while he danced like a mind flayer's meat puppet. Why? Then you have two, and as many more as I can rip from enemy shoulders. But I have more than Minsk alone to offer. He is... Where is he? Minsk is on his way!
Always nice to be wanted. Someday I will sit down.
My friend, from our brief sharing of skulls, I know you have faced many strange beings, but none like this. Whatever happens, show no fear and stay your hand. Trust in Minsk. Minsk finds that the less thinking he does, the easier the trusting comes. Wait! You gaze into Minsk's soul and see his foul crimes. You smell the stench of evil upon him, pointy claws primed, ready to scratch out his eyes. I am sorry, my friend. I am at the mercy of your faultless justice. Now, if you must burrow through my blackened heart, I am ready. No? You are certain? Oh, such boundless compassion. You are all heart, and whiskers, and cute little nose. You are right, of course. There is still much evil for Boo and Minsk to stamp out. But we need not fight it alone. I have a new face to show you. But it is not a villainous one for the clawing, understand? This is Boo. And Boo, meet you.
О боже, какая прелесть!
No, it is a hamster. A miniature giant space hamster. Fear not, you will learn the difference in time. Those villains locked Boo away, lest his righteous gaze cause their tadpole to flee in terror. Now we are together again. All will be exactly as... Boo, why do you use such language? Once more, my hamster proves himself my greater half, and makes the path clear when my mind is fuzzier than his tiny bottom. He says we will join with you, and cleanse Baldur's gate of evil. Together! I give you my solemn vow. Should any of us show signs of weakening to the worm, or any other evil, Boo will slaughter us all in our beds.
Страшно, очень страшно. Но это звучит, конечно, надежно. очень обнадежит. Надеюсь, Бу не подавится. Так, ну пусть в лагерь идет.
Boo and I are most adept in the doing of things, but as you wish. To camp then! For his heroics here today, Boo has earned the most vigorous of back scratchings.
A wood carving of a pair of wings, like an eagle's, but longer somehow.
Geldorn Farkam. Oh, he tried to teach Minsk much. A happy thing that paladins are so patient. Ha! Even the Wicklarin's mask could not hide Dinah here's beauty, nor dull her daggered eyes.
A worn but still capable warhammer, sized for a halfling.
They have much less distance to fall. Jan Jansen. I admired his respect for growing things. Less so his disregard for his own ripe smell.
Don't burn yourself. What's this? Soldier? Still alive, so that's progress. Always a pleasure.
Another ball spawn buried by our hand. Ball should learn better than to send his offspring against us. They might as well be babes, dropped bare bottom into the Rashomon winter. Boo is overjoyed with our victory. Another den of evil vanquished, and an old foe defeated. Well, Viconia was a friend for a short time beforehand, but then a foe once more. Yes, Boo, a most wicked witch. The very mention of her name gives him nightmares to this day. Those words are more soothing than the salve Minsk applies to the places the armor chafes. You are a kind and gentle soul. You hear what our friend says, Boo? Viconia is gone for good this time. Ah, I am sorry, Boo! I will stop up my clumsy mouth and would tear out my hair if any remained. Boo and Minsk have traveled far and wide, and met many fine and not so fine people. It will surprise you to learn that even the wisest of friends do not always recognize Boo for what he is. Exactly! The Drow was a cruel witch, but a clever one. She knew what Boo was right away, and she had never seen his like before. She wished to inspect his handsome magnificence, and so she did. One night, while he lay asleep, twitching his whiskers in happy dreams, she crept upon his tiny bedroll holding a knife as slim as a toothpick. She meant to spill his miniature guts and study them. I did not get the chance. Boo never sleeps deeply while evil is near. He sprang into action and almost blinded the witch. She had fled from our camp by morning, when Boo told me the whole tale over a breakfast of berries and nuts. What we did might feel an evil thing, I know. But if Minsk was not saved from the cult, was used to hurt those who only meant to help him, I think that ending Minsk might have been a way of saving Minsk too.
I think you might have made a terrible, terrible mistake. Huh? Chasing rumor halfway around the city and back. Crossing the guild. Wading through filth. Defying the one creature upon whom your very life depends. All for a madman and his rodent. The Absolute threatens thousands. The entire coast. And still you risked much to help one man. I should berate you. But I can only say thank you. Your reasons were your own. But whether you meant for it or not, your fight is our fight, huh? Both of us. To the very end. He is an ass. I can make no promises beyond that. But even so, lead the way. We're yours to command. What is it, cub? Huh. Not so much a term of age or affection as simple old habit. You object? And will be again. But now I shall mutter them under my breath, out of respect.
Fine lodgings you have found, my friend. Who is already in negotiations with the guardian spirits of this place. In Baldur's Gate, they are likely to be rat-formed and eager to charge rent. But Boo shall secure safe slumber for all. Now, what do you need of Minsk? There is more than a little to know, I think. I am huge.
Ничего, у нас тут уже есть huge.
Ah, you come in search of stories. It is not yet time to tuck Boo in for the night, but very well. After our adventurings with the Ballspawn, Boo had had his fill of godly flesh. So, we returned to Baldur's Gate for a time. After all, in every city there is a sweaty underbelly, crying out for a virtuous scrubbing. None better to wield a brush than Minsk and Boo. Perhaps we rubbed some villain's rump a little too raw. This Minsk does not know. One moment we stood in the city's slums. The next, ambush! Then Minsk and Boo woke on the wide, with stone dust in sensitive places. Aha! Perhaps this is the reason, Boo. It is not because of the legendary thickness of my skull. The mind of Minsk was occupied with important matters. I was browsing a slum vendor's stall, looking for Boo's favorite nuts. And then, I was stoned. For Minsk, those years passed as quick as a hiccup. It was long ago, then, it is now. I do not like these metal men on the streets, or the villains who hide behind them. But the new world is not so different to the old one. The city still clings to the hill. The sea still stretches on forever. And the stench of evil still makes Boo wish for a tiny peg on his nose. As long as that stench remains, no matter how old or young the world is, Minsk and Boo will not rest. You hear that, Boo? your keen skills of observation have not gone unnoticed. Our friend wishes to consult your wisdom. So small is Boo that he is often mistaken for a pinecone, and many secrets are spoken in his hearing. He will tell what he knows, but Minsk, of course, will translate. Ah, the Great Blade of Frontiers! A fine name. Minsk has no idea what it means, but it suits young Will's air of mystery well. It is good to know the city did not go unprotected while I wore pigeon droppings on the wide. Jahira did her part, of course, but she prefers to scowl from the shadows. The city needs a name, a face, preferably a furry companion, too. Ho ho ho! Minsk will need a title to match. Something to wash away the Stone Lord's stain. The boot of backsides, perhaps? Or... Ay, poo! Evocative, but so crude. I will stick to simple Minsk. I do not wish to speak of the wizard. I could not have said it better myself. He came to me one night with a little book of mischief, full of words and their meanings. Posterior, he says. Can you say posterior? I refused. Minsk does not need to know the language of wizards. Sound like the wish you put it back into. It is an inferior word. Far too long to use in a battle cry, which is where a butt belongs. Gale would do better to educate himself in the ways of sword and steel than to throw these pointy words at Minsk. Ah, yes. Gale also owns a cat. A cat with wings. That is most unnerving for poor Boo.
Где? Я не видела.
What? That is 1,000 times more interesting than anything that has ever been written in a book. Gale! My good friend! Where are you? Minsk and Boo would like to hear about the exploding! Make sure you are refreshed before we set out again, friend. The road to justice is paved with kicked buttocks.
Я хочу послушать про остальных. Он мне про кого больше не расскажет? Вот же жесть.
Of course, my friend. Or are we not friends? Then you have a sword at your side and a hamster at hand, whenever you need them. Unless I die, or you die, or you do anything at all to upset Boo. Now, does Boo see a question in your eye, or just a parasite poking through? Well, Boo, explain yourself. Clear enough? There is nothing jestful in the bond between a ranger and his companion. Before Boo, I was a typical berserker of Rashomon. Duty-bound and full of my own seriousness. The problem with one so gazing of their navel, however, they are easily ambushed. Brigands split my skull like a sodden wineskin. It was as I recovered that Boo first appeared. He told me that I had felt the great poking finger of justice, marking Minsk as its champion and Boo as my guide. As for the headache, well, justice cannot always afford to be gentle. Do not be ridiculous. If any of us is chosen by the gods, it is obviously Boo. Now, shall we away? My boots crave the crunch of unvirtuous nethers. Well, the mind of Minsk is a simple place. Of what strangeness do you speak?
The memories resurface, a lifetime of battles blurring into one. A single constant is Minsk, launching into the fray no matter the foe, be they god, monster, or man. It seems just the barest glimpse of what the man before you has seen and done, but enough to know that he has no right to still be alive.
Ah, wait! That look in your eye. I know exactly what visions of Minsk you have seen to cause you such wonder. My pants. Thrice laced, in the Rashomar style, so that a berserker might split skulls without fear of splitting breeches too. They are fiendishly complex, but fear not for Minsk. With training, he has learned to master the many little knots.
Господи.
Well, as have you, no? Do not forget that when you gaze into Minsk, Minsk also gazes into you. We both fight evil, wherever it is found. The who and where are less important than the hamsters you meet along the way. On this matter of sharing memories, I see no reason for us to worry at one another's worms. If there is more we wish to know, we can simply ask, no? True thoughts? Meaning there are untrue thoughts? As if someone would think one thing, but say another? I do not understand.
Your minds weave into one. What you seek laid instantly bare. His single innermost thought at the very center of his mind.
I still do not understand. No, my friend. If you fear you have a question that Minsk cannot answer, then you can simply ask Boo. So dark an alliance sealed with Sentish contracts, cultish vows, and a dragon's shining hoard. You think Minsk could forget? You are correct. I have no idea what any of that was about. But we shall simply... Gah! Boo! Why do you gnaw at my soft parts? I am trying to... Once again, in smaller words? I see. This truth you seek, Boo believes that Minsk is knowing more than Minsk knows. But it is a difficult thing. There are memories of this time that Minsk does not remember. And Boo suggests that, just as he helps with tricksome itches in awkward places, you must reach what Minsk cannot. The parasite. You can use it to tickle free whatever truth you seek.
At first, there is nothing. His mind is empty as a still expanse of open country. But then... your face, the Stone Lord's face, mirrored in bloodied steel. In the heat of burning buildings, you hold your blade high above pale, frightened faces.
No, that is not right. I slew only monsters. The voice said that they were monsters.
A whisper. The Absolute's voice, twisting the petty guild thieves before you into snarling, savage beasts, feeding on the weak of your city.
The guild. The Stone Lord hunted them, peeled away their rotten ranks one by one to lay bare their corrupt heart. 9-finger skin. That is what the Absolute bought Black Zentish Steel to do. To kill the Guildmaster. Until Minsk arrives, the battle has not even begun. Whatever strangeness you believe you saw, there is only one simple truth in Minsk's mind. The cult is evil, the guild is evil, and Minsk fights evil. If you cannot believe his words, then watch his doings. We will foil the Zentish plot, and then we will show 9 fingers the 5 fingers of Minsk, yes? Minsk has forgotten nothing. Once we are done with the undoing of his deeds, then we will speak of this Stone Lord.
Мне так этот кринж нравится, я не хочу, чтобы он заканчивал.
Who is ready with the musings? Who is Halsen? Somehow, such a person as you describe has entirely escaped Minsk's notice.
Так вот же он сзади стоит.
If such a tiny, puny druid man reminds you of Minsk, I think the tadpole may have made a feast of your brain.
Задохлик!
Minsk saw the druid chasing himself in circles, sniffing his own butt last night. He has spent too long as a wolf and not enough as a man. No, Boo! The druid did not beat Minsk at the arm wrestling. It was not a fair match, and it turned into an owl bear midway through, and there was grease on the tree stump.
Все понятно.
Minsk knows her people well. The skin of the world is thin up in Resheman, and it is easier there for things to slip between the planes. Sometimes these are wonders from other worlds. Sometimes warriors, hungry for plunder. Such visitors have inspired a saying among my people. The children of Gith live long and forget the face of death. And so they come to Reshiman to be reminded. They are raiders, so they raid. Minsk's people are berserkers, and so they get a little grumpy at this. It is no bone-deep blood feud, as it is with the Red Wizards of Thay. No, Minsk has no hatred for Githyanki. It is a fine thing to fight against them. And a fine thing to fight beside them too, I think. Besides, The children of Gith alone have witnessed a sight that I have long yearned to behold.
And for a moment, you share in a vision tinged with his awe. Imaginings of the astral sea, an immense horde of wild space hamsters drifting in the endless expanse.
The Githyanki may have Minsk of Rashimanzire, sometimes healthy servings of his sword. But for this, and this alone, they shall always have his respect. Boo is ready with them. Boo has said it is unkind to speak behind the backs of some of our companions, and unwise to say certain things to their faces.
А чё про Астариона ничего не сказал? И про Карлах. Ну да, Халсин-то совсем задохли, конечно, да.
Смотри, он около тебя.
I have a lot on my mind.
Minsk has great heart. We shall need the likes of him for the trials to come.
On Kresh Kalir, giant space hamsters are a staple food. Their hocks are quite scrumptious, if a bit fatty. And addle his brain even further. Oh, I wouldn't dream of it. Besides, I've never heard of a miniature version, let alone a conversant one. Which means Boo is either a rare specimen or an ordinary hamster. Either way, I'm not about to go nibbling on him.
Minsk just joined our team. This is the best day of my life.
Minsk seems quite the, enthusiastic ally. Would all do well to remain on his good side. And out of the range of his fists.
So, we can add one bald wall of muscle to our little group. I'm sure he'll come in handy. Maybe as a doorstop.
Camaraderie, adventure, violence. Oh, I do not know, Boo. If you buried the nuts here before we were stoned, I am thinking they might have gone bad.
Minsk, enough! The hamster isn't saying a damn thing, and you know it.
Well, Starian, Boo is of good breeding, and so only speaks when he has something nice to say. Perhaps this is why he has never seen fit to speak to you.
How delightfully vicious. I'm beginning to like the hamster.
All's well that ends. Not as bad as it could have. Very well.
Do not be blinded by smoke and song. Evil comes in many forms.
Either watch or leave.
The man behind the corruption. Witness the feeble, putrid form of our deceiver.
It's not a lie. If you would just listen, I could explain.
You have done quite enough explaining, Volothamp Gadan. You have poisoned the very hearts and minds of these good, kind, gentle citizens with your lies, your delusions, your conspiracies. Though you hide behind a mask of stories, we have seen beyond the veil. We see what you really are. Fearmonger. Here, here! Attention seeker. Here, here! Agent of chaos.
Your parasite stirs in recognition. This man is infected.
Right in the hells follow! Today, citizens, we rid ourselves of this cankerous sore. Today, we burn away all falsehoods. Today we will be divided no longer, for today we rise in truth.
Volо? Vollo Thampgedarm? This man is no enemy of the people. This man could not even hurt a mouse. I know. I have seen him try. Release this man at once!
What's this? Another heretic in our midst? Another mind clouded by the disruptor's lies? Another soul to cleanse? Well, we are nothing if not gracious. Let us see if we cannot lift the veil from their eyes too.
No! Please! No!
Gods! I really thought I was done for. I suppose thanks are in order. Again, what's an heroic story without a little risking of one's neck, eh? And you know what they say, the bigger the story, the more people want to kill you for it. I'll tell you all about it, but not here. Too many eyes, ears, and weapons about. Meet me at your camp.
Something's on my mind.
Oh, Wave Mother, Queen of the Depths, hear me. Please carry Holly to her final rest in the deep wilds. Please. Sorry. Are you here for Wave Servant Holly's funeral? Oh, it's already started. They're just inside. No. All are welcome to come and celebrate the life of the fallen Wave Servant. May the Wave Mother smile on you as she did Holly.
I thought it wise to make an offering to the Sea Queen before sailing out tomorrow. Wasn't expecting to find the servants so preoccupied.
Here to make an offering to Umberlee as well, eh? They say it's good luck to placate the bitch queen after a drowning. When you've sailed as much as I have, you'll know damn well they do plenty. Got a few spare coins to chuck in the fountain? Certainly wouldn't do you any harm.
Sorry, mate. No time to chat. Just here to make an offering, then leave. In and out, yeah?
The celebration is in the main chamber. Praise Umberlee!
Rejoice as the Wave Mother welcomes another daughter to the deep wilds. Know that we too shall gladly follow when our time has come. Rejoice, sisters, for Umberlee has blessed her humble daughter with a pure death. Her lips blue with her kiss, her lungs full of her quenching word. Umberlee's mercy saved her from a slow, sinking death in the beast's shadow. How dare this beast sully the safety of Grey Harbor? We will find its master and send him struggling into the bitch queen's embrace. Not a sweet sleep like Holly's, but a suffocating flood of fruitless garths and bursting flesh. You, supplicant, What tribute do you bring to honor the Wave Mother's fallen daughter? Then you'd better have a good reason for approaching so brazenly. An act of divine mercy. Blessed Umberly saw fit to spare her an ignoble death. But her passing was not as the Wave Mother intended. It was a beast who took her life. An unnatural one whose very existence is an affront to Umberly. A wretched metal monstrosity hewn by hubris. A rusting pollutant that bleeds black blood into Umberly's pristine waters. The beast struck Holly while she was swimming in Grey Harbor. She was found by some fishermen. She would have suffered a terrible, agonizing death had Umberly not bestowed upon her the mercy of drowning. The Queen of the Depths is generous to those who serve her, and her favor is far less deadly than her wrath. Find the master of this poisonous beast and slay him. Then one of her most precious gifts shall be yours. That privilege is not yours to earn. We haven't found its lair as yet. Perhaps you can find where the beast takes its slumber and skewer it before it wakes. Salt kiss your brow. We await your return and the Beastmaster's demise. Furious and merciful Umberly, hear our prayer. Flood the world with your word.
Oh, Umberly, hear us. Umberly, bring your daughter home.
I long for such a beautiful death.
Would that everyone knew the Wave Mother's favor.
Feel the joy of Umberly lap against your soul.
Umberly hears us and rejoices.
Did carcass in the spume.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
I was swimming. I was attacked. Just black blood everywhere. I was swimming in Grey Harbor. Metal monster. Big, fast, hit my head. Everything went black.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
Tread lightly. Let's see.
There's nothing for you up here, Flotsam. Back downstairs you go. You'd better have a very good offering in hand if you're being this much of a pain.
Pour fury upon the beast responsible for this injustice. Leave its master, a bloated car.
Hands off the drinks. We have enough to fill Grey Harbor. It's all for the funeral.
Fish's piss. I loved Holly as much as anyone, but they've been wailing and praying for hours. My best pot for a bit of quiet.
Light on my feet.
Hear our prayer. Flood the world with your word.
I'm not. It was a swagging, big as life.
If they're right about the Swahagan, I may take up another line of work. Though nothing seems safe these days.
You hear these mooks trying to tell me about fishing? I've been fishing here all my life.
The others think I don't know shit, but I do. I do know shit.
Flood the world with your word. Subsume us utterly.
Can't chat. These offerings need to be stored before the next tide, or there'll be a landra to pay.
Second tide is the umbilant holy day when the timber harvest for shipbuilding is blessed by the sacrifice of a juvenile kraken.
The Wave Mother sees all. Even you.
Steel Watch Foundry. Entry prohibited by order of Lord Gortash. You've been caught mid-robbery. Your next move had best be a careful one. Your defiance holds little sway. Your thievery will be rectified, though you may not live to see it.
Enemy of the people. Face the justice of Lord Enver Gortash.
The parasite reels in your skull. Something within the Steel Watcher tugs at your mind.
Мое ощущение – полная беспомощность.
Your trial is complete, villain. And the sentence is imprisonment. Please comply.
Step lightly. Let's see.
I heard you were disciplined by Overseer Holtz, Dread Brother.
When instructing a Gondian, my enthusiasm overtook me. I cut off.
Clumsy. What good are they without their limbs?
Indeed. I had to dispose of her.
Hold it there! Bad time to come a-visiting, my friend. This is interim territory now. Just as soon as we've purged it of guild rats. Nothing personal.